Now let's talk about a very new topic, degree of unsaturation or DU or hydrogen deficiency index HDI or double bond equivalent DBE. So what all these three terms means? Let's take some examples. Like we have a C2H6. This is molecular formula. Now if we write it structural formula CH3 single bond CH3. If we have molecular formula like C2H4, then it is CH2 double bond CH2. If we write molecular formula C3H8, then it is CH3 CH2 CH3. But if we write the molecular formula C3H6, it could be like CH3 CH double bond CH2, or it could be like cyclic compound. So what is the common between in them? Like if we add one H2 to it, it will convert into this. If we add one H2 to it, it will convert into this. Means how much H2 we have to add per mole of C2H4 or C3H8 to convert them into a normal chain alkane. Right? Means how much H2 would I have to add on C2H4 so that it will convert into normal chain alkane. How much H2? I am not telling H. I am telling hydrogen molecule H2. So it could be even cyclopropane or this compound. We're gonna see nomenclature later on. How do we name them? So that is called the double bond equivalent. It has 1 dBe, one double bond equivalent. It also has one double bond equivalent, 1 dBe. Now, what is definition now of double bond equivalent? Degree of unsaturation of a compound is equal to the number of moles of H2 that must be supplied to convert it into an open chain saturated compound. So open chain saturated compound is open chain alkane, because alkane is saturated compound. So if we look at the structure formula, so double bond degree of unsaturation is 1 when 1 pi bond or there is one ring. Remember, the ring is also an cycloalkane, but it is still has one double bond equivalent or 1 degree of unsaturation, because the journal formula is CnH2n means C3H6. It is not C3H8. It is C3H6. We have to add one H2 to convert in the normal alkane. And double bond equivalent degree of unsaturation is 2. So 2 pi bond, 1 ring plus 1 pi bond, or 2 rings. These are the possibilities when the degree of unsaturation becomes equal to 2. So if we have given the molecular formula, then what will be the calculation of du? What will be the formula to calculate the degree of unsaturation? It is C plus 1 minus H plus X minus N divided by 2, where C is number of carbon atom in the molecular formula, right? H is number of hydrogen atom, X means number of halogen atom, N means number of nitrogen atom. Remember, oxygen and sulfur are neglected. We do not count that during the formula. During the calculation of DO, we do not use them in formula. Right? Now let's do some practice. Like here I am writing the structure. And here it will be degree of unsaturation. Here again I am writing the structure. And here it is degree of unsaturation. So if a structure is like this, how much du will be? 1, because it has 1 double bond. If the structure is like this, du will be 2. In case of benzene, remember, the answer is not 3, answer is 4, because 1 ring is there. In case of this compound, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 degree of unsaturation. C triple bond N, C triple bond N, C triple bond N, C triple bond N. The degree of unsaturation is 8. A structure like naphthalene, the degree of unsaturation is 3 plus 3 plus 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have done some like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 2, 7. Right? In this compound, degree of unsaturation is 2 plus 2 and 4, because 2 double bond and 2 ring. And biphenyl ring, it is 6 plus 2, that is 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 plus 2, it is 4. Now let's do question regarding some very interesting molecules. This is called the cubane. Right? Molecular formula is C8H8. So how do we determine? We know if we convert into C8H18, means du have to be 5. Okay, du has to be 5, because if we convert into normal chain again, CnH2n plus 2, 8, 16 plus 2, C8H18. So 5 moles of H2 we have to add over here. Okay, now what is the fundamental definition of du? In a cyclic compound, so how many least bond should be broke to convert it into open chain compound? Like in this case, we have to break one bond, so du is 1. Here also we break like 2 bonds, so du is 2. Like here, how many bonds do we have break? 1, 2, 3, 4. So du here is 4. So let's move one more interesting type of molecule, like prismane. It looks like prism. So the molecular formula is C6H6. So du has to be 4. Now let's talk a very strong explosive compound. Here NO2, 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 NO2. So it is octa nitrocubane. 8 NO2 molecule. It is very strong explosive. It is very strong explosive. Means strongest known for. It is the strongest explosive we know yet. So what are the other explosive? Means there is a very important thing you can remember. All explosive has nitro group. All explosive have NO2 group in them compulsorily. If they explosive are organic, obviously. So that has to be NO2 group. Other explosives are if we react like CH2OH with CHOH and CH2OH. This is called glycerol. Glycerol, if we react with NaNO3, it converted to CH2ONO2, CHONO2, CH2ONO2. This is called nitroglycerol. Nitroglycerol. And this is also called dynamite. I hope every one of you heard about what is dynamite. And one more explosive. CH3, NO2, NO2, NO2. This is trinitrotoluene, TNT. So these are also very strong explosives. You can also find the degree of unsaturation in them, right? So if we have given the molecular formula, now how can we determine the degree of unsaturation? Let's just wind up this topic while doing some random examples. C6H6, degree of unsaturation will be 4. We take the formula like C6H4ClNO2. Now let's apply the formula. C plus 1, 6 plus 1, 7, minus 4 plus 1 minus 1 by 2. Here we have 4 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen, 1 halogen, and we have to neglect the oxygen. If we use the formula, it will be 7 minus 2. The degree of unsaturation is 5. So we do not have to write the formula what could be C6H4ClNO2. We just have to look at the molecular formula. We don't have to look at the structure. Then also we can determine the degree of unsaturation. C6H5NSO5. 7 minus 5 minus 1 by 2. Because 7 means 6 plus 1, carbon 6 plus 1, and 5 hydrogen, 1 nitrogen, sulfur and oxygen we have to neglect. So it will be 7 minus 2 equals to 5. C6H5ClO. 7 minus 5 plus 1. Because halogen we have to add and nitrogen we have to subtract. Divided by 2. So it will be 7 minus 3 equals to 4. Now, degree of unsaturation of salt. C2H5O minus Na plus. It's fractional. Like 2 carbon plus 1 minus 5 hydrogen divided by 2. It is 0.5. So this is a salt and degree of unsaturation is fractional for them.